So I'm going to be ranking my top 100 players in the NBA. This is going to be part 1 from 100 to 51. Now this was very difficult to make and it took a lot of effort because I had to rank 100 players. So I would appreciate it if you guys could subscribe and like. Also, the way I'm going to rank them is by showing 10 players at a time and then explaining each of them. So to start it off at 100 I have Jeff Teague. He's a solid bench player and a good locker room guy. Also, he can create his own shot and play good defense. 99 is Aaron Baines. He's a great center to have as a backup. Also, he can stretch the floor. 98 is Mitchell Robinson. He's one of the best shot blocking centers and he's actually on pace to have the highest field goal percentage in a single season. 97 is Markelle Fultz. He's become a decent player and a big contributor for the Magic, but he still can't shoot at all. 96 is Tristan Thompson, another good role player who's one of the best rebounders in the league. 95 is Duncan Robinson. I don't think any of us even heard of him before the season started. He's made the third most three-pointers in the league, shooting 45% from 3. 94 is Robert Covington. He's a great 3-and-D player. 93 is Bogdan Bogdanovic. He's a 3-point sniper. 92 is Jordan Clarkson. He's a great role player who can score the ball. And at 91 we have Kyle Kuzma. He's been very disappointing this season and I think most of us thought he was going to get traded at the deadline. Moving on, at number 90 we have Nemanja Bjelica. He's averaging 12 points per game and he's an efficient player. 89 is Dejounte Murray, one of the best defensive guards in the league, but he hasn't shown enough on offense to be higher. 88 is Wendell Carter. He was a good starting center for the Bulls. 87 was Eric Paschall. He's one of the best rookies this season and he had a very hot start. 86 is Christian Wood. He has shown signs that he can become an all-star caliber player and hopefully he can be improved next season. 85 is JJ Redick. He's a sharpshooter and is one of the best shooters in the league. 84 is another sharpshooter and he's a big man, Davis Bertans. He is also one of the best shooters in the league. 83 is Aaron Gordon. He hasn't shown any signs of improvement and is just still a high-flying dunker. 82 is Serge Ibaka, still a starting caliber big man who can shoot and play good defense. 81 is Ricky Rubio, one of the best passers in the league, and that's pretty much all he can do. And at number 80 we have Kendrick Nunn, another rookie who had a very hot start, and he was probably the third best rookie this season. 79 is Tim Hardaway Jr. I think he's kind of underrated. He has been a great shooter and role player for the Mavs, and he's surprisingly averaging 16 points per game. 78 is TJ Warren, a good scorer and defender for the Pacers. 77 is Terry Rozier. He's the second best player on the Hornets, and he can give you buckets. 76 is Carmelo Anthony. Melo is still a decent scorer for the Blazers. 75 is Goran Dragic, an underrated factor in the Heat's success this season, and he's a good all-around point guard. 74 is Lauri Markkanen. He didn't take a big leap in his game like we were expecting, and he had a much better season last year, probably because the Bulls had bad coaching, but he's still a great stretch four. 73 is Julius Randle. He was the best player on the Knicks after Marcus Morris got traded, and he's averaging 19 points per game and 9 rebounds. 72 is Marcus Morris. He was playing surprisingly good before he got traded to the Clippers, averaging 20 points per game. And at number 71 we have Colin Sexton. He's only good at scoring and he's averaging 20 points per game, but he needs to work on his playmaking and become more of a team player and be less selfish. Next at number 70 we have Malcolm Brogdon. He was having the best season of his career before he went through a minor injury, but he was the third best player on a playoff team. 69 is Lonzo Ball. He's an outstanding playmaker and has also improved his jump shot. 68 is Evan Fournier. He's a great scorer, averaging 19 points per game and is the second best player on a playoff team. 67 is Steven Adams, a top 10 center in the league and a great rebounder and defender. 66 is Kevin Love. He hasn't been the same this year but still was the Cavs' best player. 65 is Devonte Graham. He's in the most improved player conversation and is an amazing shooter, but he needs to be more efficient. 64 is Jaren Jackson Jr., a rising star that is part of one of the best young duos in the league in Memphis. Also, I can see him becoming a future All-Star. 63 is Eric Bledsoe. As a Bucks fan, Bledsoe needs to be more consistent, but he is a great starting point guard that can play amazing defense, playmake, and score when he wants to. 62 is Jonas Valanciunas, another top 10 center who is a huge contributor for the Grizzlies, being the 8th seed. And at 61, we have Danilo Gallinari, a sharpshooting big man that can average 20 points per game. For the last set of players at number 60, we have Andrew Wiggins. He He's playing pretty decent before he got injured and traded to the Warriors, and hopefully he can be good next season. 59 is Kelly Oubre, good looking player for the Suns if you know what I'm saying. But he's a good 3-point shooter and relies a lot on his athleticism, which helps him average 19 points per game. 58 is Buddy Hield, sharpshooting shooting guard who has made the second most threes this season, and I still can't believe he doesn't even start for the Kings. 57 is Fred VanVleet, good all-around shooting guard that is a key player for Toronto. 56 is Lou Williams, still a prolific and smooth scorer that is one of the best six-mans of all time. 55 is D Rose. He's been getting better every season, and hopefully he can average 20 plus next year as the best player on the Pistons. 54 is Dennis Schroeder. In my opinion, he should win 6th Man of the Year, and he's an amazing scorer for the Thunder. 53 is Gordon Hayward. He was playing great this season and was efficient, averaging 17 points per game. 52 is Bojan Bogdanovic, 3rd best player on the Jazz, and he was silently averaging 20 points per game. And finally, for part 1 and number 51, I have Spencer Dinwiddie. He had a big role after Kyrie got injured, and he was consistently putting up 20 points per game. Also, he's a great playmaker. So that's going to be the end of part 1. Here you can see my list from 100 to 51. Obviously, you guys are not going to agree with me, so let's talk about it in the comments. And keep in mind, I had to rank 100 players, so I might have missed somebody. And if you think this list is complete trash, just relax. Let's have an argument in the comments. Also, let me know if you guys like this format for ranking the players, or if you would just rather have me show highlights and the picture of them. And remember to leave a like if you guys want to see part 2 from 50 to 1. I'm out, man.